Yo, what's up? We do have a live show. Check that out. How about that?
It didn't cancel.
It didn't cancel. Well, they might cancel. You never know. Welcome, everybody. I got my shaker. Try to slide up to the. Hold on, my little boom arm is out of position. I'm gonna slide up here so I look nearly as big as Ron. That's not easy to do. Ron's a buff dude. Well, he used to be super buff, right?
Years ago.
Here we are, you guys. We are here. We got the show started a little late. I kind of gave those guys, Puppy Badasses channel, a little bit of a chance to have some chat in their green room or hang post show, which they did. I don't think Charles doing the show on Sundays anymore. Charles 75N with his guitar safari and the search for tone and all that search for everything. It's a search for gear. And today's Music is Therapy show is a special show all around what's going on right now. Everyone's going crazy, right? People are out there tearing at each other, buying stuff at the stores. I don't know if they even show that. Do they have that on like TV anymore? Like, do they have like people?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Well, today's show is all about FOMO. You know what FOMO is, right? No. Oh, you don't know what FOMO is? Okay.
No.
FOMO is the secret word. Jeez, this thing is still doing it. Hold on. Let me tighten this thing. All right. Now it's working. Now it doesn't sag. It was sagging on me. All right.
Now you're mute.
I somehow accidentally muted myself.
There you go. Now it's the other mic.
Yeah, I think I pulled the cable out by accident. Hold on. Let me go into settings. There's always something, isn't there, doing these shows? Yeah, it went right back to that thing here. Okay, it's disconnected for some reason. Let's pull it out, plug it back in. Oh, yeah, it was a little loose. All right, let's see. Now, I'm going to turn this back on. Turn this on and off. And then, I don't know what happened. There it is. Okay, it's back. I just have to punch this. How's that? Better?
There you go.
All right.
That's better.
All right, now, that's just what happens. See, I had everything working and then the thing started sagging. Anyway. Oh my God, doing these shows. Something else. Anyway, but it's worth it, right? You guys happy to be here? I'm happy to be here.
Hello, everybody. You're mute again.
Yeah, happened again. Get a little extra cable on here. Get a little extra cable on there.
BCG, yeah, put her on Laz's microphone.
All right, BCG, let's give it a second to
Billy, Timmy,
pop back up.
Searching for tone, Greasy. Right. There you go.
Is it back?
Johnny?
Is it back? I'm not going to touch the microphone again for the whole show. Anyway, I was doing some rearranging in the studio, the Flying Pickle production studio here, and hence things were wired differently and moved around and maybe bumping things, jostled stuff. Anyway, it is what it is. Here we are. We are the Music is Therapy show, about 20 minutes in already and just barely starting. And today's topic I thought would be cool to talk about because it's Black Friday week and Cyber Week and all this crazy shopping madness and all that, right? And why not talk about one of the things that, is really hard to, in the psychological side, because that's why I'm going full baldy today. I'm trying to look like, like I know something. And I know a few things, but I'm not licensed or anything as a psychotherapist.
Doc Rock.
But I know a lot. I know quite a bit. I could probably get one of them honorary degrees. And I do have a transferable 2-year degree in psychology, but that doesn't count outside of California. So here we are. We're going to talk about FOMO. You still haven't figured out. Nobody wrote it in here. Did somebody write?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Okay. Think about what is it that you have a FOMO about during a time when people are shopping for stuff and wanting to get stuff. Fear
of mall
That's good.
Openness.
Fear of missing out. Fear of missing out, man. You missing a piece of gear that might sell out and you can't get it. And there you go. Fear of missing out, right? That's how they get you. Right. So that is definitely one of the ways marketing and the whole sales industrial complex, right? Gets you. And especially now with social media, it's in your face every day. It's on your phone. Like, we never in our lives did we have so much marketing coming at us all at once as we do now. I mean, you could look up something on Google, like you're interested in making, like I was interested in cooking, using the pumpkin pie. I wanted to know if I can, I wanted to know if I could use the carving pumpkin to make pumpkin pie or soup. Pumpkin soup is also really yummy, right? And so I looked up a recipe, and then I started getting shorts videos on my YouTube feed and elsewhere, even in Facebook, right? They're all connected, right? About different recipes and, people talking about pumpkin soup. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like, it's that deep into our like in our face, constantly in our psyche too. And that's why I even put, is FOMO a psychosis? Well, officially it's not. So it's not considered an official, like a psychotic thing. That's when you have a disconnection from reality, right? But it almost feels like it, because our reality is being shaped now so much more so by not just social media, but all the algorithms, which are 70-80% are driven by AI generated agents now. In other words, the agents out there, just like we're in the Matrix in a sense, the agents out there are the ones performing a lot of the tasks that the people who used to write the software wrote it for. And there's not a human being behind there, like waving a flag going, hey, whoa, red flag here. You guys are encroaching on too much of, human society and culture and affecting things in a negative way with all this conflict driving algorithm crap, because that's a lot of what gets views, and what gets clicks is what catches your eye. And usually what catches your eye is the train wreck on the side of the road, or the car wreck on the side of the road, right? And it's a human.
You froze, Laz.
Uh-oh. I still
There
haven't
you
plugged in. I know. God, I never make time for that. I even put it on my calendar. I didn't get to it because I had property manager stuff that got in the way, and I didn't reschedule it, and I should have rescheduled it. But I'm getting better at scheduling. So this is something I'm working on, is planning and scheduling things. My buddy Henning, by the way, dropped one of the reasons I'm having this conversation about this FOMO thing is because Henning dropped a little rant last night that he usually posts for Sunday morning, and I usually wake up listening to his rant because it's funny. But I caught it last night when he loaded it. It loaded pretty fast, I guess. It wasn't as long of a typical rant as typical. And I watched it before I went to bed. And so, hey, what's up, Holly? And so everybody that, oh, my battery's running low. I thought I had my battery plugged in. All right, what's going on? That might be part of the issue here. Why I was knocking stuff around. Oh, I have it plugged in, but it's the wrong friggin' plug. Damn it. I thought I might have this trouble. All right, I'll be right back. Hey, you entertain the folks for a second, because I grabbed it. I grabbed the different than usual plug, and it's not the one that's going to work.
Blackjack guitars. We have like a foot of snow. Yes, I love snow. We have more coming tomorrow night into Tuesday.
I have to have my plug.
Never enough.
It's not going to work without my plug.
Hey, Holly, how are you doing today? How you doing? I call him last minute Laz because it's like, 2 till 1 and I get a link. Say, hey, if you want to jump in, jump in. And it's supposed to start in 2 minutes. So yeah, I did it. No snow for y'all. I love snow. It got cold there, Holly. How cold? It was 16 last night here. So, no, it's not. I just do a Monday night show on the Fretworks channel, and it's nothing. It's not I don't know what the hell it is. Bench chat, I guess. and I'm usually working on something. So either guitar or the bench itself. Got the air on 70. Oh, let's see. What did I do? Oh, I did play yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm back.
7 guitars and 3 amps yesterday I played through
Nice.
during the day.
What do you use for switching? Where you just
My
plug?
hands.
See, I
Actually,
asked producer question.
well-
like, how are you switching it if you're recording? You know, but he's just like, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, but that you can do it that way.
Well, I mean, I got all 4 cabinet, or well, 2 full stacks, but all 4 cabinets are each cabinet's hooked up to a certain head.
Right.
So I can just flip. I can flip them all 4 on at one time if I wanted
that's
to.
great. Yeah. Get 4 guitars in there and it'd be loud as.
Hard to play unless you.
But I'd love to do that. Well, so back to the FOMO thing. So yeah, and you know where I had my plug? I had it in the backpack for needing to go out to play some music because I take my laptop sometimes. Anyway, bottom line is FOMO, fear of missing out. Henning was talking about this new software that's going to come out, and he says he doesn't like to use this word, game changer product, because it's overused, especially by people that are using it as a, just a hook to get you to watch the show. And usually it's not a game changer thing. No, I haven't, Billy Ray, dude. I have all those packages I still have to send. There's been one thing after the other working in my job here lately because they're going to be selling the property and it's probably going to go through. And around my other work and family and the holidays, I have, see these boxes? Hold on, I'll show you the boxes. Can you see the boxes behind the? All right, hold on. I gotta get my. How do I get my name thing off there? That's in the way, right? Well, you guys can kind of see it, right? There's a pile of boxes there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, let me solo me. You can see it better. Yeah. Pile of boxes just waiting for me to to put together and send out. So I did manage to get a few out. End of right before Thanksgiving. And Ron's, yours, the one I need to send you is still waiting in a box sitting outside. I haven't been able to find the luggage scale, the weight scale.
Oh.
Can't find it. It's probably in this pile of boxes here somewhere. So I used to have this out in the living room while I was trying to get to it, and then stuff happened and I couldn't get to it, and so I just piled it back in here because it's like my wife's like, "Hey, it's in the living room," and I'm like, "All right, I'll get it."
I'll have you know the guitar is ready for the Floyd and it's done.
I know. I believe you, dude. Right on. So this is how I feel. That's how I feel sometimes trying to get things done. But that's another reason why I haven't monetized the channel, because I have these giveaways and I try to get them out and send them, but there are people waiting months for these things. And if I was actually a monetized channel that people are paying like a subscription to, I'd have to be more running this like a real business. And I'm not, and so I'm actually planning to get back on. I think I'm going to pay for the $400 something StreamYard upgrade. It's 14 hours left for you to jump in on it now they say. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that in GoPro and go ahead and monetize, and hopefully enough of you guys out there will help out with some donations to the channel. I do have PayPal up there, and I'm going to set up Patreon too, because I think Patreon's a much better organization when it comes to how this kind of stuff is done. But there's just no way around it. If you're not doing super chats and that kind of thing, YouTube is not going to push your channel, and you're going to just sit and squandering like in limbo land, like I've been for the last couple of years. I've been around the same numbers for the last couple of years because they're not sharing it out. And if you guys aren't sharing it out, and those people are tell two friends and they tell two friends. Remember that commercial for that shampoo back in the 70s? And they tell two friends and they tell two friends. If you guys aren't doing that, and that's not spreading that way organically, as they say, then you got to have the algorithm doing it for you. I'm not going to pay for leads or pay for that. Facebook keeps asking me to, boost it. And I'm like, why should I pay for boosting a thing that might get 1 or 2 views? It makes no sense. So I will pay for StreamYard though, because it is a better product now. I think they've added a lot more features that I think it is worth it. And now with the Black Friday thing, you can pay ahead for the whole year. It's $400 something. And I think every Black Friday they renew that 40% off. So at that rate, yeah, because previously I was paying like $250 and wasn't monetized, right? And that was worth it. I was paying it monthly. Or I think I actually got a deal then too, and I got it for like almost half off. So it used to be like 2 something and then half off of that. So it was 100 something. Now I'm getting the pro. I'll get the pro thing, but it's like 400 something dollars. That's the 40% off price. So it's normally over 600 something dollars. So for a non-monetized channel that spends over $1,000 easily, probably almost $2,000 a year now on just doing giveaways, on buying the things, sending them, and then the Rockness, my 12 days of Rockness that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it costs money and it takes time too, and that's the side of it that I don't have as much of, which I wish I did, but hopefully we'll have more. Is time, and I've been putting more time into playing and getting out and playing with people, so that has happened over the last couple of years. But making the YouTube channel bigger and better, like Johnny, look at you, dude. Look at your setup and everything. You've got it going on. A year ago today, you were nearly where you're at right now with like doing the videos with the top down view camera. You got everything all set up there, but you're retired. So you got time, right? You can do it. I'm not yet. I don't think I'll ever be fully retired because I'm going to always be working with or towards something like this, or producing music, or working with veterans or others. I actually sent you some veteran stuff for your package too.
To be fair, I didn't retire by my choice.
Yeah,
I had to medically retire. So,
but in other words, if you were going to try to make money at something, you'd have to make so much money that it would be worthwhile, versus a little bit of money would mess you up, when it comes to getting your benefits. So the way the system's set up right now, really, we can talk about this at another time, but the way that system is set up, it's really almost set up to keep you in a crappy, barely making it level, and that sucks. And that needs to change anyway, but that's a political thing. Partly it's a social, cultural, hey, let's all get on board the same train here and focus and not be distracted from all these BS distractions in politics and whatnot, and focus on the main key things we want done, that we need to do together as a people, whether it's our government or we do it somehow. There's been other kinds of private organizations that have been everything from the Red Cross to others, that have done fantastic things all around the world and didn't need a government to do it, right? Doctors Without Borders is another one I yearly contribute to. Wounded Warrior Project, Guitars for Vets, and I give blood at the Red Cross and platelets and plasma. I've been part of the scouting organizations. I went shooting the last weekend because guess what? I like guns. I like shooting. I've been doing it since I was a kid. I had a cap gun when I was six years old. I think for my 6th year birthday, I had this like double, cap gun thing. I was this little cowboy kid. I mean, it's part of our culture and our nature, and maybe it's not a good thing, but if it's not an unhealthy kind of thing, it's fine, I think. And we went out and shot, and I shot, everything from 9mm Glock to 38 Special, shotguns. There was a guy there with a musket, man. There was a guy there in Palo Alto. He was all dressed up funky too. This is the weirdest looking dude. Cool, weird in a way, kind of like if it was, imagine Beck, the guy, the singer, the guy with the funky wavy hair.
Oh,
yeah. Is it Beck?
I thought you were gonna say he was like a
like dressed up like a revolutionary, fight.
No, Daniel Boone.
Okay,
Daniel
yeah.
Boone.
It could have been, but he had Levi's jeans on, so Daniel didn't have Levi's jeans yet, and he didn't have like but this guy was wearing like Levi 501s with these funky boots that looked like they came off of Wild Bill's feet from the grave, and he had like this big ass belt buckle thing and the whole look, but he had like, he looked like a young professional. He looked like he was in his late 20s, early 30s, and he was had the gunpowder right there, and the whole thing was like the flash bang with the smoke, and and it was really fascinating because we were only about 10 feet away from him. I got hit in the side of the neck with some of the flash powder one time I went like that.
Good thing you didn't go to an airport.
A little too much, No, this is far away from everywhere. It's up in the hills off Skyline in Palo Alto. And Palo Alto Gun Club, if you know anything about Palo Alto is like one of the most richest parts of the Bay Area when it comes to land, and people there will buy a $2 million home and tear the home down and build their own. That's the kind of money, it's like that kind of place. Anyway, like La Jolla might be another place that's as expensive, or Beverly Hills, but Atherton and Palo Alto. That's where all the Stanford people, all the people with Stanford money. Miracle Mile, you've heard of that before, right?
Mm-hmm.
.com term, internet, or
Yeah.
basically anything computer related. Miracle Mile is on Sand Hill Road between Highway 280 and Stanford, and that's where all the venture capitalists, the venture angel investors are, and that's where you go to like take my guitar hanger idea and say, hey, you guys, this is amazing. You got to buy into my anyway, someday.
You
But
need to get on Shark Tank with that.
those guys will screw me. They're too shrewd. I got to find somebody who's got new money and doesn't know what they're doing.
Breaking news. We're looking for new money and you don't know what you're doing.
Shark Tank would be a good one to go on, but I'd have to be much further along. They won't look at somebody like me yet. I haven't even sold any of the product yet, right? So that's another side of the game. But back to the FOMO thing. So Henning was talking about this new software that's coming out tomorrow, because he posted it last night, but posted it for today. And he was talking about Monday, Cyber Monday. It's coming out because it's a cyber deal, obviously, because it's a software. It's a plugin. It's a guitar related plugin. And he demonstrated it on his show and how good it sounds and how amazingly, what's the best way to put it? How amazingly motivating and inspirational it is, because it's just so easy. Like, you really will get out of the box now the sounds of like the live sound to a degree, right? You might not have the same thing with the feedback and everything. Maybe, I don't know. I trust that guy when it comes to when he says something's a game changer. He's not just clickbaiting. He's really, it's for real. So, pardon me a minute there. Talking too fast and too much. A problem I have, right? Ron, not so much.
I'm just the yes guy. Yes, Laz. Yes,
Les. Takes me back to Johnny. I know, Johnny Carson. Anyway, but Karnak and the whole thing. But you guys in the chat, have you had FOMO, fear of missing out? Have you ever felt like, oh, there's this new piece of gear coming out and I got to get it? When I got it, I definitely have. Not only do I have gas, gear acquisition syndrome, I have the double whammy. I have FOMO gas.
Well, right? I did recently, and you know what it is.
What? You got that, Jackson?
No.
Oh, what is it?
The pedal.
I can't see it.
The Randy Rhoads pedal.
What about it?
That was one I wanted and didn't get. Yeah.
Well, I got it for you.
I know you did. Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's what we do around here. We help each other out, right? So Ron's actually helping me out. Have you shown anyone what you've been doing? Have you even
not
the video?
Not since it's hold on. I tell you one thing though, this thing was a challenge.
I knew it would be, because that thing's not really a great guitar either, and you're going to make it great.
Well, whoever messed with it, don't mess with it again.
He was high. When is he not?
It shows.
Yeah, but it's okay. His other Ibanez, by the way, he will be sending to Ron, which is a much better one, and that one is like a serious rock guitar, and that's his number one. And he has another like Squire Strat, a black Strat that he plays as well. But Andy's opposite of me. He could care less for all the gear and shit. He just wants to plug and play. And so do I. Don't get me wrong. I love to plug in and just play. That's what I do. At my buddies, I go to Andy's and I plug into his Hughes and Kettner guitar amp, even though I think it sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's not the same as my pedals going into a tube amp. And I take my crazy pedal board there with me, and it sounds good, but still nothing like what it sounds like through a tube amp. So next time I go, I'm going to actually take my HT20, that's my go-to small, easy to carry Black Star HT20 studio amp, because that's got just the most beautiful high headroom open for a 12, single 12-inch backed amp, cabinet and all, combo. That thing sounds killer. And then if I did want to pump it up a notch, yeah, there you go. Let's get you solo there. Then I'll hit it into the higher. Yeah, man, that fretboard looks so amazing now in comparison. Holy shit!
Well, here's problem.
Absolutely.
Last problem solved. Look,
Okay, hold on.
look,
Oh
look
my
at the
God!
truss rod. Wait, look at the
down
look.
inside the neck, right?
Well, but there's no room to.
There's no room to turn it.
Yeah, well, there's no room to flatten out for the Floyd nut.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. It's sticking up out. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what you gonna do? You're gonna have
challenge accepted. Challenge accepted.
You're gonna shim it, right?
And thank God I got the 3D printer, because look what I made.
Oh, good for you, man. Smart. So you made a shim. Beautiful.
On the angle. So
Wow.
now,
Ron, hold it up a little higher so people see it above
wait a
your
minute.
words and stuff. There you go.
That's hard to do. Hold on.
I know.
So
yeah, you'd have
I
to
made the shim on the 3D printer.
hold it more to your left, and then we'll see it. Just slide over to the left. No, your left. Yeah, there you go. Now we can see it. Now you don't have to hold it up as high. But I can see that. Yeah, there you go. Because the words are in the way on the left.
There you go.
Nice. Very good. Perfect.
So that's that.
That's the angle headstock. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dang, that thing's, yeah.
That was just finished at about 20 minutes before you sent me the text to join you.
Nice. Ron's been at it, man. This guy is up all night working on that thing. And
look at that.
Body. Look at that thing. Damn, dude.
So the trick was
dirty again.
the trick was to make it look, to fix it,
yeah,
but make it look like it hadn't been fixed and it was still old.
You did put the purple pad in there instead of the black.
Yeah,
he wants.
Yeah, I know. Well, it looks better.
No, he says black, please.
Oh, I put black in it, then it's fine.
Black, you know why? Because it's too blingy for him. It's just too nice. He's a dirty boy. You know what I mean? He's like that kid in the corner up there. You know.
So anyhow, but the whole trick was don't change it, fix it, but make it look like it was never fixed.
Yeah, make it look like it came with that bridge, right? Yeah,
yep.
And that's what
That's what we got.
And I love that color purple, by the way. That's like the weirdest but coolest purple color. It's such
like
an
a
80s color.
darker lavender.
Yeah, right. It is like a dark lavender. It is an 80s color, big time 80s color. No sparkle, nothing. Just
So
there it is with the look at that. Oh, dude. That tells you everything you need to know about Andy. Right there above the Raiders sticker. Yeah.
This thing
that thing doesn't have skull knobs, does it? Because I remember
just one.
The one. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's yeah, okay. Because I bought him skull knobs for Christmas one time. I think he has the same thing on his other Ibanez, which he's gonna send to you, by the way, because he's so impressed, dude. He says I'll pay him to do whatever he does next. So.
This thing has fought me the entire way.
It's not done yet. And you didn't even tell the folks that you put new pickups in there.
Well, that was the next one. Mm-hmm. The original pickups, I took them out, and just as I took the screws out, the 4 screws out, and they started coming out, the wires just slid out, and they were never really soldered.
Mad Hatter, it's not a gunslinger. It's one of their cheap Korean made at the time in the late 80s. BC Riches, and it never played well. Ron knows why, but we'll talk about. You know what? Let's talk about this on Thursday's show, because maybe you'll have something by then in the mail. I'll try to get it out to you in overnight express, and then you can at least start. You can even put it together if you.
Let's just say everything's lined up now.
But I'm sending you strings. I'm sending you a care package. You're getting some Chuyos for you and the wife too.
Cool.
And Holly's got hers, right? You got your Chuyo, right? It's probably keeping your ears nice and warm, right? So buyer's remorse. Okay, back to FOMO. So FOMO is not buyer's remorse. FOMO is fear of missing out. and I definitely have the gas and the FOMO. I don't have the buyer's remorse as much because I never sell anything. It's ridiculous. I've sold 2 guitars in my entire life, and one of them I actually bought back. I bought it back from the guy I sold it to after I got divorced, and I found it online by total accident. It was like serendipitous that I was helping a friend of mine buy an acoustic electric before he moved back to Hungary. He was this guy who came over as an instructor for a Hungarian dance group, and that guy's good, man. I mean, he taught us and put us through a man, amazing guy. His name's Laszlo too, by the way. Anyway, Lutzi, that's a nickname for Laszlo in Hungarian. Lutzi is an awesome dude. So after he left, I was helping him on my laptop. We were hanging out or whatever, and then we were looking for gear on Craigslist, right? And this was back in 07, something like that, maybe 08. And I after he left, I kept cruising, looking at stuff, going back days and days, because sometimes you find stuff that's days back because if you don't refresh it, and there's stuff stacks up on itself on Craigslist, right? So I was going back days and days and days. And at the time, I didn't even have money. So this is like, why am I even looking? I can't buy anything, But I see a description, no picture, a description of a Strat. And I'm like, that sounds like my Strat that I had put together for me I bought a Clapton Strat. I've told the story before, but you might not have heard it. And some of you in the chat might not have heard it. I bought a Strat, a Clapton model, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the neck. I didn't like it. Seriously didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. Because what I had, my first electric, was a SR-71, a Wayne Robert Charvel designed Gibson Super Strat. Okay. And going from how that felt to what that felt like, it was like, So I said, I gotta take it back. So I begrudgingly, or is that the right way to say?
Yes.
Begrudgingly went back to the shop, Gelb Music in Redwood City, and says, I got to return this thing. And they're like, oh, you can't return it. I'm like, no, I just hate it. What can I do? And it's like, well, you can't get your money back, but we can take it back and you can, in the same vein, for the same money, order a guitar by these specs. And they gave me this like fold out thing, like a catalog. And so I took it home, and then I decided to, not knowing what I'm doing, just picking what I thought were the best features, right? I went with a roller nut, FSR, right? Roller nut. This was actually, they didn't do that Wilkinson one with those like little metal pieces. It was more like a more modern looking kind of roller nut. I got the gold lace sensor pickups, so all gold, and the 5-way switch. Nothing special about the wiring. I had them do the tall, narrow frets on it, and I got what at that time they called it vintage white. They were telling me that they originally, when the guy in the store, when I came back, he says, originally they were going to call this nicotine white, but because like a white guitar turns yellow like this. And that's actually true. My SR-71 actually did turn yellow like that because, in bars and smoky bars, and the sitting in the cases, and the cases soak up that smoke, and everything kind of smells weird and smoky and stuff. Well, not like a steak, but like cigarettes. Not a good smell. Anyway, but it has a vibe, right? So that color became vintage white, which is the Yngwie white. So the Yngwie Strats are like that color. It's that kind of vintage white. It almost seems like mine was a tad lighter, not as yellow. Okay. And it was kick-ass. It was and they did a nice job on the maple neck with the color, but they sprayed the freaking lacquer right over the top too, over the frets. What? But this is common, I found out. It's common even with like whatchamacallit, it's Rickenbackers, right? So I guess if you get one of those new, you got to like carefully cut or file, or I don't know what, all that crap off the metal fret. But hey, there's Johnny Bean, who finally popped in here. What's up, dude? Says hi to friends. And go away, not friends. No, we joke a lot about that kind of animosity stuff on the web, but nobody really, we don't care. it's all just stupid. But we love it. Anyway, but yeah, man, that guitar was kick-ass. And then about a year or so later, I go into a Guitar Center and I see a guitar encased in a plexiglass, like display, and walking toward it, it was set up exactly the way mine was, except it had a different sized arm on the bridge, right? And and those and you had the better bridge too, right? You had like that higher quality bridge, the 2-point. I'm walking toward it, and it's in this road flare-ish kind of color, and I'm like going, wow, that's a cool color, man. And I'm walking toward it, and then it says Jeff Beck model, and I'm like, shit. If I set up my guitar exactly the same way, outside of the arm being different size, the trem arm, like Jeff Beck, I must not be doing it wrong. I must be doing something right? Not being an expert or knowing that much, especially then, about guitars. That was when I was getting back into music. But the fear of missing out, man, getting back to that. Let's see what people are saying about that up here. That guitar was killer, and then I found it and bought it back from this guy. He didn't even just described it, and I sent him an email saying, hey, if you're the guy who bought this from me in San Mateo and in 2003, I want to buy it back from you. Just don't screw me, name your price. And I bought it back for a couple $100 more than he bought it from me, so that was cool. But at that time, this was right before the year Fender started, I think, their custom shop in 1996. I ordered that in 95. And I swear to you, the way that thing was set up, outside of the spray paint over the frets, that thing was so perfect. It had to be like a custom shop before custom shop was custom shop, So I was pretty impressed with that thing. And that was one of the guitars. So we're talking about FOMO. I was talking about, like Holly brought up, having any regrets, right? Regret syndrome or whatever. That was one that I don't totally regret selling it, but I do. I got it replaced by that 60th anniversary Strat. That's not in here right now. I got to get it up out of storage still, but I have some of the guitars are back. But bottom line is the guitar I replaced it with is pretty damn good too. Yeah. What's up, Louis? Louis Villarreal. What's up, dude? I think you got a package coming to you too, right? Yeah. I'll get him out. I'll get him out there. Try to get him out. I'm not going to promise Monday, but definitely Tuesday. And Ron's, I'm going to try to get yours out today. I'm going to try to take it to UPS soon, so I can overnight it too, so you can get it by Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. Okay. Even with, are you guys getting snow or any bad weather yet?
We had some Thanksgiving Day and Friday. None yesterday. Starting tonight through tomorrow into Tuesday, snow.
Gotcha. So FOMO. So let's see what people are talking about FOMO. So I definitely got the FOMO hard when Phil McKnight sent me an email, and he did to all his patrons and friends, hey, check out at Sweetwater for $99. They're selling out what's normally $250 at best, at the cheapest, but regular price was $299. Those mini 30-watt solid state heads, the Friedman BE and the diesel. And I bought the Friedman right away, and then I says, I got to buy the diesel too. And I went ahead and bought that too. So I'm like, fuck it. I have to get it, because fear of missing out. What if I regret not buying it? So that's the FOMO. And I got it bad for a lot of things. Like I buy gear just to have it, and then I have it, but I haven't used it. Like I have that SDX 3000, I haven't used it. I used it a few times, and I still plan to do the silly 3 mini micro Marshall amps, and wet, dry, wet with that, just to be funny, just to tease the nerds, the ones that are too aggressive about, oh, Laz, if you don't have this cable with these shoelaces tied this way while you're playing it, then you're not doing it right, man. Those guys. You gotta have fun with this stuff, man. If you are not having fun with the gear you have, then there you go, right? 99 well spent. Exactly. Exactly, man. Yeah, you bought it too. Yeah, there you go. You were wise to do that. Even Phil McKnight was saying that I should have bought 2, but I just felt bad about it, because then that would be one person out there who wouldn't get one. But I went ahead and bought one of each, and I was thinking about buying some more too, for the same reason, like maybe a giveaway thing or whatever. But I don't do giveaways that are typically over like $25-$30, maybe $40 value. I think it's kind of stupid. I'm not a monetized channel. I'm kind of too much Santa Laz, like my wife keeps saying, you're Santa Laz. But yeah, I shouldn't, dude. See, what I fear, this is my real fear, you guys. This is my honest to goodness true fear, is this. All right. And this is not an unusual fear. This is typical of everyone that I'm afraid that if I make this my living, I'm gonna hate it. I'm afraid that if I make music and make YouTube and make, gear, way of making a living, then it's gonna take away the fun. It's gonna ruin it somehow. It's gonna take the mojo out of it, right? Because it's gonna be about money then, and you gotta do that. You gotta be disruptive and do all this evil bad shit just to make money stuff. I mean, I love Rick Beato, for example, but man, I'm getting tired of seeing his pop-up ads for his thing that I already bought years ago. I don't need the pop-up ad again of Beato selling his product to me. And so I get that you have to do that, and he's uber freaking successful at it, and he's killing it, right? I get it. And he makes great music, I guess, with his friends. He's a great player and this and that. But and he's not, he's already done the production. He's already done all that. So he's done what I want to do. He's already done it. So, like you would say, right? But if you hadn't done it, where's that sound bite? But you never done it, or what is it? Oh my god!
Hold on.
Yeah, that's the other side of it too, right? Mini
But
Guitar
you've never
Society.
done it.
Yeah, because you never done it, right? Well, I kind of did it, but I didn't make much money on it. Spent tens of thousands of dollars on the studio that we had back in
But
the
you've never done it.
right. I did it, but I didn't make money off it. So in
Oh,
that
no,
way,
no,
I
no.
didn't do it. No, exactly. Or you could get paid to do what you love while getting paid to do the part of if you don't like it. Yeah, do 90% for free. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So I've got to get over that fear. So there's the FOMO. There's the fear of success too. FOS.
What's the problem? Why are you calling me?
Right. Exactly. I got to call that guy and say, "Are you happy now that you did it, Howard?"
You're not that much of a loser, are you?
I love it. Love it. It's so good. But Johnny too, Johnny Bean, Johnny. I don't think that, he knew that it was going to become what it is, and he's glad for it. And like there are things I don't agree with how he does some things. I hate the AI thing, to be totally honest. I mean, I know he loves it and some people probably do, but I just, to me, it just makes me want to gag whenever I see that Johnny Bean cartoon playing. I just want to shoot myself in the head. I just hate it. I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm just saying. I'm not a big fan of AI, and part of it is not because I fear AI, because I know what it's gonna do. I know exactly. If you look at how human beings have used money as their money and power is their number one objective, and what does money and power get you? Control. And what do they want to control? Everybody. They want to control everything and everybody so they can do what they want without any consequence. And I don't agree with that, because I think what's beautiful about democracy, if we're going to get a little political, is that we all agree to these things as being to the majority of, to a degree, right? Even the majority is wrong sometimes. That's why we have, certain rules like that. We have amendments for that overcome something. You can't yell, fire in a crowded theater, because people would get trampled in the chaos. And so you have free speech rights, but you can't do that kind of thing. So same with, guns, I think is another one of those, is that I don't have a problem with proper usage and handling of guns. Problem is a lot of people out there don't know how to properly handle and use guns, and they're out there playing with them like they're friggin' toys, and then they go nutso sometimes and decide to take vengeance on somebody for some stupid reason. We've seen that so many times in recent years with politics and all, and it's just getting worse, and the whole world is getting caught up in this dumb thing again, where, oh, we got to show our power to back down everyone else kind of crap. I don't think that works. I think if we work together to overcome our problems and try to care for each other, we don't have to have conflict, right? But bottom line is, there are these power greedy, money and power hungry people that think, no, I've got to control it. I'm going to be like Luke Skywalker, his
no.
father, went the other side because he's like, I want to make the peace. I'm going to cause the peace to happen because I'm going to take over and make peace, and it doesn't work that way. So that's kind of, I use that Star Wars analogy or metaphor or whatever, because that is what that whole series is all about, that conflict that human beings have within themselves too. We have that dark side. All of us have that dark side in us, So we got to be aware of this and sim it down some. Like I was saying to my wife, he's got sim it down, sim it down now. But yeah, when it comes to the FOMO, man, I definitely have it, and I think there is definitely a psychological disorder to it, because you're happy to have it, and it's always there gleaming at me, and oh, look at that, it's there waiting for me to use, but I haven't used it. It's like, why am I like this, and why am I doing this? But it makes me happy in a weird way. It's weird, but it does. I'm gonna say it makes me feel good that I have it. Do I feel bad somebody else doesn't have it? No. If they don't have it, they don't have it. Maybe they don't need it. Like my brother Andy, he doesn't care. He doesn't have it. He doesn't need it. He's got a few guitars, and he'll be happy, playing through his little PV backstage amp. He doesn't care. Just whip it out and jam a little bit, and great, So yeah. Does this guy ever stop talking? Play
Does
that
he
song
ever
back?
stop talking?
No, Johnny. It's just like your show. You don't stop talking either. You got to have something on the air, right? Come on the show and you can talk. But yeah, I'm inviting the devil into the no. By the way, my wife did say that at 11 o'clock she's going to come knocking on that door. So she says that every time, but she never does. But I know she's probably at some point going to look at the watch. Oh, that's right. You rage quit. I don't even know why. Well, why'd you rage quit, Johnny? I don't know. It was like this too. Oh, it was almost like that. It was like that. Was it loud?
No, but that one time you put it to the microphone got me.
Oh, before? That's all right then, right? Yeah, I learned my lesson. Last time I deafened everyone, including, our good friend Uncle Raymond, who's not in the chat. Where you at, man? He's probably with family. It's a family weekend, right? So outside of the thankfulness side and gratitude for everything that I have, for sure, my friends, my family, my gear, my stuff, I like to share it, as you guys know, right? I'm going to do the 12 Days of Rockmas coming up very soon. Starts generally. Now, let me ask you this, Ron, because you were raised Catholic too, right? Like I was. Do the 12 days start on day 1 of December? It can.
Yes.
But if it's 12 days, then it doesn't end on the 24th. So it doesn't make sense.
She's there.
There she is. That was good. Good work. You know what I mean? So why does 12 days start on first? Or is there like a specific day? I think it's called the Advent calendar. Or is that starting on first?
Well, the Advent calendar starts on the 1st.
Okay. Then why don't they start the 12 days of Christmas on the 12th or the 11th, so that it ends up ending on the 24th? Or no, the 10th. It would have to be it'd have to be.
You have to ask the Pope.
It would have to be the 12th of December.
Yeah.
Right.
And on the 24th.
End on the 24th, and then bingo.
Ask the Pope.
Line. You don't even know how to spell my wife's name yet. He tried probably, but the computer probably corrected it incorrectly, because AI again. Don't trust it, Johnny. Let's talk about something interesting, like on your show, right? I'm sorry, I had to laugh. We do razz each other, you all, so don't take it too seriously. But the FOMO thing, I think it is a real thing. I think it can be a negative thing if you're, going in debt and causing problems for yourself. And luckily I'm not in that situation, but at the same time, I could be saving money for better things, like Warren Buffett would do. He doesn't even get his haircut, because it's like, if I got my haircut a month later, I'd be able to put that money into an investment that would become in 20 years this much. And it's like, I don't think about how much that $20 haircut or the $100 haircut is. I think about what its real value is over 20 years. And and if you're able to teach, like, do you have any young people around you, Ron? If you're able to teach them that about money, they will be so far ahead of you or me or anyone else that we know by that time, because it doesn't take a lot. It starts to just, build on itself. Even with all the fluctuations in the market, it'll still build on itself. So yeah. Boys being boys, exactly. We're like brothers, my brother John and I, holy crap. I mean, we'll give each other like such a hard time all the time. It's terrible. But yeah, I do feel bad that Johnny wasn't able to join us for Thanksgiving because he was nearby, but I was still at a friend's and we had a full table there. So there was no room. Couldn't invite him there. It wasn't my place. And even though I brought it up, they're like, well, where's he going to sit? I'm like, yeah, okay. So it would have been awkward. And then I invited him to come over to my brother's, but we didn't get there till like 8:30. My brother and them are in Universal until today. They're driving back. They went down to LA. And my mom did dinner and everything and had family and friends over, but most of them came and went by 7:00. I think about 7:30. I think it was like by the time it was too late. We got there at 8:30. One of my nieces was still there, so I got to see her. Danny, you rock. She could play. She's an amazing musician, but at the same time, very creative and very, genius. Has no idea her potential, what she could do. I think she kind of knows, but just like a lot of people, they just don't take it to that next level. But she's a gamer, so she's one of these World of Warcraft people that are leading teams and whatnot, and people are learning from her how to do so. She could make money at it, but she doesn't even do that either. She was afraid the same thing I'm afraid of. It'll take the fun out of it. So, oh, you did too? And did he fly? Did you send him a ticket to fly out there though? That's what you got to do, man, because that's the only way it's going to work. But we do have NAMM coming up as well in January, so that's going to be exciting. I am one of my Black Friday deal buys that I am going to buy is I'm finally going to buy the DJI or DJI 2 micro mics. So what's so great about those is how they get rid of all the other noise around away from you. So they are very, very good. So any of those other kind of small mics, they just don't do the same thing. They're very unique, the software and everything they use and how easy they are to work. And I've already bought the Osmo gimbal thing and I tried to use it last year, but it was just trying to learn to use it there on the spot and how quickly the battery died on me and stuff. I have to learn how to use it in a mode where it doesn't use up so much battery. And one of those is so you don't have the motor constantly moving it around and turning it and doing stuff, because then you end up with way less battery time. You can just move it, and you don't need it to move for you.
But
So,
Laz,
yeah.
Holly wants to know if you're ever going to play that Rolly keyboard.
Not until I have the studio completely set up, because that is kind of the issue with that, setting it up in here. I have to have the whole system set up in here. I could just do a plug it in and demo it for you guys thing, but I'd rather show it off after having had it set up and working properly the way I imagine it would. So I know I'm a perfectionist on all these problems, but I want to be able to present it the way I want to present it. So it's just like, you wrote a song, Ron, 10 years ago, but it never got finished. But then you finally found a perfect bridge or a part for it. And then now you can now put the song out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. I don't want to put it out without it really being done in a way where I'm like, okay, check this out, like some other people have, and put some videos out on it, because there's enough crap stuff out on YouTube, y'all. And even though some may say this isn't great, I don't want to put out a lot of crap stuff out there. I'd rather put out, if I'm going to put music out, I want to put it out the way I envision it. I don't want to put it out.
I understand that, but I think I may be wrong. I think it's just they just want to hear, and myself included, just it can do this, it can do this, it can do this.
There are videos out there that demonstrate that perfectly well. and I'll do it worse, so I won't do it well, and then it's going to be like, Laz doesn't know what he's doing. Of course not, because I haven't done it. Like, yeah, hit that thing again. But the point is, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it, well enough, right? So like when I go out and play out, when I play keyboards out, I'm not nailing every note perfectly or anything like that, but at the same time, I'm prepared and I'm confident I can do what I'm out there to do, and I'll have a good time, and so will everyone else. And I want to present that same kind of thing here, especially with a device like that. So my plans are, so you guys know, 10 minutes after 11, so we're going to keep going. Yeah, I love keyboards too, man. It's so fun to play. Dude, I'm happy to teach you, Ian, if you I have a method of teaching that I'm also planning to put out there someday. And I've already talked about this before. I call it the happy method. It's kind of funny, but I use that purposefully. HAPI, hear and play instruments, because all you need is these things under the headphones here. You need those two things here and what's in between them. You need your ears and your brains, and then the rest, your limbs and all that. Like, you've seen kids playing without fingers. There's a kid who plays with his toes. There's people playing with their nubs because they don't have full arms. I mean, you can make music, but you have to, number one, believe you can, and number two, use the tools you have. And like Johnny's always saying, you don't need all this crap, all this gear. You don't. You can get a stick and a rock and make something out of it, right? You can make music with stuff. I mean, that was, hey, one of the greatest percussionists of all time, Ringo Starr in Caveman, showed us how it's done in that scene. Exactly. You can use your body. Like, what's that guy? That right? Don't worry. I love that song. And that guy is one of the coolest people in the world too. Yeah. No, I said you don't need all of it. We do. Yeah. You're not getting my gear for free, Johnny. Sorry. Yeah, Bobby McFerrin. Love Bobby McFerrin. One of the best human beings in the world, man. That guy, I mean, I love that song because it does represent in many ways how I feel about not just music, but life, Don't worry, be happy. Figure out a way to get through it. Nothing's going to be perfect. Nothing's, we're going to have, you can find a way to be happy with pain too. It's kind of weird to say, but you can be happy you're alive when you're going through the pain you're going through, because whatever happened to you put you in pain, but you're alive. So be happy. So there's different ways. It's all about perspective, man. And I know I'm a glass overflowing kind of guy, not even that full, overflowing glass type guy for the most part. And I can see things negatively sometimes because sometimes it needs to be, But the bottom line is, man, you as a musician, nothing's stopping you. I love that chair. It's like almost had that monkey school right there, like mine did that one time. The JoJo scream. It's the special apple juice sometimes helps, Johnny. That's why it's out there. Like the ayahuasca, the marijuana, the peyote, the mushrooms, all these things. These are all mind-altering substances to sometimes block your freaking mind that's getting in your way of letting go and letting it happen. And sometimes that is some people's problem. Some people get in their own way when it comes to what can make them a success and what could make whatever success is, right? What can make you better at what you do. Sometimes you get in your own way because you're thinking too hard on what it is you got to do, how you should do it according to whatever somebody said, blah, 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 blah. It just keeps rolling around and around, bouncing around in your head like a freaking, like two squirrels on a hamster wheel, Imagine that. So you do have to, realize that the only thing stopping you is you. So just do it. Like Johnny says, do it. I did, Johnny. I did. Is it working for you too? All right. So that is going to be the show for now. Sorry if I didn't get to some of your guys' comments, but I do got to get going. It is an hour show typically. Let's see. I'm going to go up here and see who was here and just say real quick shout outs to everyone that was here. Starting from the top, we had a good 20 something odd people in here this morning. That's pretty awesome. Matt Stewart, my friend, I hope you come to NAM again. Dude, it was great seeing you at NAM. Next time, let's try to hang out some more together. I was taking my friend Paco around that day. We had a great time at NAM. That Marshall booth was amazing, right? And the coffee there was good, too. I got to say, it was almost as good as the Ellefson coffee that we had, right? Johnny, second in the chat. Then we got me. I'm seeing you guys already. Greasy Monkey, really the third one in the chat. Brian from Searching for Tone. What's up, dude? And Billy Ray, I got to go check out what's going on in your channel, by the way, Searching. And then we've got BCG 5150 guitars, because guitars, 5150 guitars. I don't know, BCG. And then we got Timmy 70. So new people checking me out from the earlier show. Yeah, I think we had some fun. I was mostly lurking in that and listening while I was having breakfast, but saying hi to y'all in there. Billy Ray, what's up, Billy Ray? And then who else we got? Timmy 70 again, right on, dude, saying hi to each other there. Mini guitar. Yeah, I've seen. I got to go check out. Everyone check out each other's channels and sub to each other, man. I got to go sub to all you guys. And then we got Blackjack Guitar. I think you've got something coming to you from from our friend Brent, Octopus Ears, right? And then we got Strings and Pucks, right? Right on. So hockey player, obviously, probably Kanakistanian, right? Let me guess. And then we I love my Kanakistanians. As a matter of fact, I was chatting a little bit in Pete Thorne's early show this morning, about 7:30 in the morning. He was at this really cool bar in Tokyo. And he says, this is the place. This is the dive bar you got to come hang out in if you come to Tokyo. So I put it on my bucket list. I emailed myself, screenshot and all that. Like, I can't forget this. Saved it on my channel, save, blah, blah, blah. So we got Holly also saying, welcome to the Ron show, right? You showed up when he was the one. It was funny. I have to go get my cable. And let's see. I think who else knew? Who else? We got Billy Ray was popping in. I think I might have mentioned you, Billy Ray, already. See, now right now is when you should be playing some background music, Ron. And then we got Matt Stewart again. Here we go. So you got to get good at this YouTube thing. So this is the perfect time for background music. Dr. Kramer, I saw you in that chat. Yeah, the Sick Puppy, or what is the name of that? That show. I don't know why Sick Puppy came to my mind, but it's funny. Puppy Badass, the Puppy Badass show. Yeah, with Keith H, one of my subscribers / supporters of the show. Keith is one of those guys who've sent me PayPals many times in the past. Mad Hatter, also there and now here. And if you guys are already gone, it's cool, but just wanted to shout out. And Rhodey 13, right on, Rhodey. Is that Rhodey's Jam Cave, Rhodey? Rhodey 13. There's a lot of Rhodey's out there, though, right? And then we got Stefan. So Stefan Monch. Oh, yeah, Monch. Yeah. Yeah, before the start, working on tuning me there. Right on, dude. That's awesome. On the truss rod on that 2550. Dude, hey, Ron, one of the things I think would be cool that you could print is, how sometimes you need an elevating kind of thing for a pedal? How much would it cost to make those? Just something that raises your pedal up above the other ones on the pedal board.
Not very much.
Yeah, I want some of those. I'm going to send you some schematics.
Okay.
Because, you can buy those online, but they're friggin' expensive. You know what I mean, right? You've seen them.
Yep.
Yeah. That's something super useful. So Monch is in here. Eddie Fay, of course. What's up, Eddie Fay? Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, the drama, it is, dude. Like we were talking about, it is all about creating hype because that is what creates clicks and eyes. When I was trying to explain to my wife how AI works and why it's so dangerous, because it keeps your attention and it's really good at it because it's using all our data to, get us where it knows it can get us. And like Phil McKnight's almost like an AI. He sent me that thing on that amp and I had to buy it. Do I need it? No. Do I have to buy it? Yes. So tell me if I'm blowing out the mic, by the way, when I'm yelling like that, because I think the next thing I need to do is set all this stuff up properly in 360 through Solid State Logic's. It's their built-in like software, like mixing software. So everything's in there, and it has compressors and all that stuff. And that's the one thing I don't have on this. So if I'm blowing out the mic with loud stuff, I'm gonna improve all this. And so I do have the plan. So here's my plan that I was going to tell you guys. I do plan to monetize beginning of the year because I'm going to make it into a non-profit business. So in other words, the money I use is going back into making the channel better. And yeah, it's fun for me. I can't lie. This is the part that I have a hard time with it. It's so fun to do this. I feel like, should I be making money at this? It's wrong, but no, it's not, right? It does take your time away from working. And if you're not working, you're not making money to, buy the Kung Fu G.I. Joe, for the kid for Christmas, right?
That hasn't been a thing for years, Lance.
I will do that when it arrives, and it should arrive tomorrow, probably, because they ship pretty quick. So maybe I'll review both the diesel and that, and I'll actually plug him into the freaking this thing right here, and then we'll end it on that. I'll plug it into the interface so you'll actually hear it sounding good and not bad. You know what I mean? Because right now, anything that you hear is just through this mic, which isn't going to capture it properly, and it's going to be like swimming in underwater, weird sounding kind of modulation, right? Yeah, my mission to go where no musician has gone before. I don't know. I think my mission is to teach and to learn at the same time. It's to spread the love and joy of music, and what this channel is all about: music as therapy. Music is therapy. And I did go back to school to study psychology to become a therapist, because I felt bad for all these soldiers coming back from the frickin', Saudi wars, everything out in that part of the world and everywhere else that we're warring. Now it's on our own streets, it seems. Bottom line is that those people that have to do that fighting, they do it, because they have, number one, courage. Number two, maybe not a better job. And number three, because they believe in the fundamental parts of what this country I grew to love and felt always stood for. And that's freedom and justice for all. It's like in that Steve Vai song, right? That's what I think this idea of democracy is. It is this idea that we together can, decide our fate and decide how we live together. And no other country outside of the United States, for as long as it has, had so many different peoples living in the country, in communities together. And sometimes they were separated because of rules and stupid things, but we've been trying to get better at it over the years, right? Get better and better and better and better. And that's part of the whole journey, of this experiment of sorts, of this idea of a democratic and republic kind of a country, where we have states and then we have communities and we have localities, and then people, their better ideas, rise up like cream, and so then we go with the better idea, and we go with that. And we haven't been doing that as much lately. We've been going with what makes us more profit, and the money and the profit has taken over, I think, the better ideals. And that's gonna come to a head at some point. Maybe AI will have something to do with that, because some of the really smart AI talkers out there I listen to. And I'll end on this. Check this stuff out, and I'll post some of this stuff on my Facebook too, and on my YouTube, maybe on my Instagram. But AI might change things just because of how it's going to take over so much of what we do, and it'll give us opportunity then to have time for other things, right? How we'll make money and how we'll pay for things, that's going to be another question. How is that going to be done? And people are worried about that for obvious reasons, especially when you see what motivates the people that are driving the race towards, AI dominance in the world. And it's a little scary. Some of those people are psycho, in the sense that, they're willing to go full, DEFCON 5 or whatever it is, without really thinking about, hey, we can maybe simmer down some and maybe not go DEFCON 5, and maybe have some protections put in place to make sure we don't get completely taken over by this thing somehow, whether it's made by us or someone else. Can we make treaties about this so we can like simmer it down some and not go full nuclear? Everyone's got to have a nuclear weapon in every freaking household. I mean, no, we don't. So that's kind of like AI is almost kind of like that super powerful thing that can become a godlike, almost weaponized, control over anyone or anything we want to control. That doesn't sound too good to me, and I think we ought to take that back a little bit. Take our power back. We don't have to give it, and we don't have to give into the fear that, oh, it's gonna happen whether we like it or not. So we gotta, no, we gotta go out there and talk about it and have treaties with each other about it. And maybe we all need to think a little bit more clearly about what's going on here, right, Steve Gunner? And there's another Gunner in the house. Right on, man. Yeah,
My brother from another
that's
mother.
the show. Steve at the end. Hopefully Dale will pop in at the end as well. And Henning had Noodle at the end, his poodle, Noodle the poodle. I love that name for a dog. Yeah, exactly. Johnny's going all AI, so beware, Johnny. Just saying. No, he's all good. I haven't seen Johnny in a while, and we got to get together, man. It has been since the movie, right? Since we saw that movie was the last time. think. My sweetie doesn't believe me though. She thinks that we get together all the time, and it's not true. But I think that was the last time we got together. So I know he wants me to go to Real Guitars and go check out that Squire. And if I have time, I will, dude. But yeah, it's either deciding, do I go there or do I sit in traffic for 2 hours? Or if I see traffic is already 2 hours and what's another half an hour, then I'll go there. You know. Oh, you're gonna be up there all day tomorrow. Oh, up here in this area. I'm not gonna be here though. I'm gonna be in San Francisco and in Burlingame, and then coming back over 92, coming back. So maybe if I have time, I'll stop at the Guitar Center in San Mateo. But dude, on the way home, I mean, I know you've got traffic and all, but yeah, but you can't leave early enough because they close, right? You'd have to hit that place up on your way here. But I'd do it if I were you, because why not, man? By 10 o'clock, there's not that much traffic. So just go down 101, you know, and go through the city and check that thing out and then go to Walnut Creek, you know? That's what I'd do if I were you. Do it. Yeah. I'm going to be on the opposite side of town in San Francisco. That's the problem. So we'll talk, we'll chat. But anyway, until the next time, you guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
Ron,
you, everybody.
I think
having me.
On the Puppy Badass show, they were playing your background music that you created. Dun, 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 dun. What's that one that you have? Do you have that ready to cue? Cue that one with the bass, the guitars and drums is all that's on that, right? Or is there some bass to it? You know which one I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't know which one.
Oh, remember that one that you first sent me? You says, "Here's some drums that I did," and I
Yeah.
sent them to Johnny, and he didn't like them. That one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell it like it is. You have that?
No. I cleaned a bunch of the stuff off. Yeah.
Oh, okay, you don't have it like you can play it, like hit a button. All right, that's all right. On your laptop, like find the MP3 or something. That's all good. By the way, there is a software that's half off that I did go ahead or even more than half off. It's $20 for the year. I guess that's half off. Millions or something. I don't even know how to say it. How do you say it? It's some software that my buddy said, hey, you should get this because it's an easy way to like load MP3s up, and then you can chop out the parts that you don't want in there so you can play to them. Like, so you could take the guitar part out or the bass part out or the drum part out or the singing part out, and it does it really well. So I went ahead and did that because I thought that would be a good way to practice stuff. But I thought the songs were already in there. I didn't know I had to download my own MP3s to it. So I'm like, God, I got to deal with that now too. Can't there just be an easy thing? And I might go ahead and pay for and sign up to that Sumo or whatever it's called. That AI.
Oh.
Yeah. Just because oops, there goes my phone. Just because I've been wanting to mess around with AI for like song creation of ideas. Like, I don't have a singer that can sing like David Coverdale, but if I want a version of the Roxy song that I wrote with like a singer like David Coverdale, I could do all the other parts and then have a David Coverdale singing, Roxy, Roxy, where did you go? You flew right out that open door, oh Roxy. Way better than I can, right? Obviously. All right, until because I'm more like that, you know. What is that? That's what I sound like. All right, until next time, you guys. I'm not really bashing. I'm just saying beware, Johnny. Beware. So in other words, just like with guns, you know, you got to know how to use them. And you got to understand the dangers while you're using them and be aware of, you know, what they're good for and what they're not good for. So, yeah. I know it's AI, Johnny. I don't know if Johnny realizes. Anyway, we won't go there. All right, until next time, you guys. I think he's just being his funny self. Until next time, you guys, have a great rest of the holiday weekend. Tomorrow is that Cyber Monday day. There will be deals. I even sent out a message to my daughter. Hey, if there's anything that you need musically, Dolman out in Germany, nearby Budapest, right? Not far. You know, they'll ship. There are gonna be some amazing deals. There are some things that are 70, 80% off. And like I got that this thing. Where is it? I got this Bowcaster thing for Brent because I want to get Brent doing YouTube more with me because he's got a great voice He's a great player, and he's got a great attitude. He's a mellow dude, and I love his interactions with us on the lives. And if I can get him, doing some stuff with me, I think this interface will help. So I bought him one, and I bought another one because I'm planning to build that. That's another thing I didn't tell you guys. Even though the property is likely going to be sold, I think it's unlikely that I'm going to have to leave anytime soon. So because of that, while my sweetie's going to be in Peru, I haven't told you guys, she's going to be in Peru for 2 weeks, starting from the 16th. And I'm going to miss her during Christmas, but she's going to take care of her mom, and I can't go again. So while she's gone, I have plans not only to get this all done, but to get all the stuff out of storage and move things around and set up that upstairs storage room as a little guitar mod squad room that I've been wanting to do. And so I can do the pedals and all that stuff that's been waiting for me to do. And it'll be nice. It'll be nice to have that up there. So yeah, watch that next, you guys. Johnny Beans, was that your show yesterday? You weren't able to go on, right? Because you were doing something with your sweetie. Yeah.
I was at my uncle's.
Yeah, Ron knows everything about guns. Yeah, we can talk about guns too. I sent Ron these like bullet what do they call those? The shell casing.
Valve
stem covers for his car. I have 2 more sets. So do you have anything that you'd use black ones on?
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe I'll send that in the package.
I'll put them on my Ford.
Is it black?
It's silver and black.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll send you the.
And the rims are silver and black.
Perfect. It'll be perfect for that. So I'll send you that set. They're like $15. They're not cheap. But when I bought those, I bought them when, they gave you extra points to try to win the car kind of thing. So that's why I do that. They have a pretty cool Mustang that they're putting up now. But that 70 Charger that they still have, the guy didn't take the car. He took the money. They still have that red Charger. I want that car. But it's like probably worth $300 and something thousand. They spent a lot of money on that car, dude. It's stupid how much money they spent on that thing. I think he mentioned something like almost $250,000 they spent on that, building that thing. It's a totally custom car. It has a 70s body, but everything about it is totally. Hey, Peggy made it in. Good thing we hung around until you showed up, because this is the best way to end the show, with Peggy in the chat. Until next time, you guys. Johnny backstage. I don't see you backstage. But I gotta go. Running way late. My sweetie has not knocked, but I can hear her in the background there, so she will in a minute. So until next time, you guys, enjoy the rest of the weekend, like I said before, and check out those cyber deals. They're out there. And there we go. We got Raymond. Uncle Raymond's here as well. Hey, I'm going to hopefully run into your niece down there in SoCal if we have a chance to. I don't know, but I'll reach out to her. Definitely going to go to Norman's Rare Guitars. We've got Pooh Ninja in the house too. What's up, dudes? Don't forget to hit that like on your way in and out, because I'm about to leave. So, Ron, play us out, buddy. What do you got?
No, I don't have the.
Again,
I don't have.
nothing?
No, I don't.
All right. Can I do media assets at the end too?
Yeah.
Make any sense? Oh, it won't let me do the extra ones that I have. All right, we'll do it with this. All right, laters, you all. I have to end it.